Ghost towns. They dot the landscapes of many nations, eerie remnants of past prosperity. These deserted settlements, once vibrant hubs of life, now stand as silent witnesses to the ebb and flow of fortune. The American West, for example, is littered with ghost towns, born from the gold and silver rushes of the 19th century. Prospectors, lured by the glint of riches, flocked to these boom towns, eager to strike it rich. Saloons overflowed, commerce boomed, and populations swelled overnight. But as quickly as they rose, many of these towns faded. The gold dried up, the silver veins ran thin, and the lifeblood of these settlements seeped away. Buildings stood empty, families packed up, and the once bustling streets fell silent. Today, these ghost towns serve as stark reminders of the fleeting nature of prosperity and the often cruel hand of fate. Their deserted streets whisper tales of dreams realized and hopes dashed, a sobering testament to the cyclical nature of boom and bust. The very existence of ghost towns speaks to the delicate balance between economic opportunity and social stability. A balance that, when disrupted, can lead to rapid decline and, ultimately, abandonment. Homelessness, a complex and pervasive issue, is often a symptom of deeper societal and economic ills. It's not simply a lack of shelter, it's a lack of opportunity, a lack of access, and for many, a lack of hope. Economic downturns, with their ripple effects of job losses, wage stagnation, and rising living costs, push vulnerable individuals and families closer to the edge. The rising cost of living, particularly in urban areas, exacerbates this precarious situation. As rent and property prices skyrocket, outpacing wage growth, those already struggling to make ends meet find themselves priced out of basic necessities, including housing. Factors like inadequate social safety nets, limited access to affordable healthcare, and systemic inequalities further compound these challenges. Mental health issues and substance abuse, often intertwined with experiences of trauma and poverty, can create additional barriers to stability and self-sufficiency. The consequences of these economic and social disparities are stark. Families are forced to make impossible choices between putting food on the table and keeping a roof over their heads. Individuals find themselves priced out of the very communities they helped build, and society as a whole bears the cost, both in terms of human potential lost and the strain on social services. The impact of widespread homelessness on urban landscapes is undeniable. As the number of people experiencing homelessness rises, so too does the visibility of their plight. Tent encampments sprout up in parks and under bridges, a stark visual reminder of the growing chasm between those who have and those who have not. Public spaces, once vibrant hubs of community life, become contested grounds, marked by both compassion and discomfort. Businesses grapple with the challenges of balancing empathy for those in need with the need to maintain a safe and welcoming environment for customers. The presence of homelessness can also fuel negative perceptions and anxieties, leading to increased security measures, stricter public ordinances, and, in some cases, the criminalization of homelessness itself. This cycle of marginalization only serves to further isolate those experiencing homelessness, pushing them further to the fringes of society. Moreover, the strain on public resources, from sanitation services to law enforcement, becomes increasingly evident. As cities grapple with the multifaceted challenges posed by homelessness, the need for comprehensive and compassionate solutions becomes ever more urgent. Behind the statistics and the headlines are real people with real stories. Stories of hardship, resilience, and often a quiet desperation for a chance at a better life. Take, for example, the story of Sarah, a single mother who found herself homeless after losing her job as a waitress. With her 6-year-old son in tow, Sarah spent months navigating the labyrinthine system of shelters and social services, often facing bureaucratic hurdles and a chronic shortage of available resources. Or consider the story of John, a former veteran struggling with PTSD who, after years of battling addiction and mental health challenges, found himself living on the streets. John's story, like that of so many veterans experiencing homelessness, highlights the devastating impact of inadequate support systems for those who have served their country. These are just two stories among countless others, each a testament to the human cost of homelessness. These stories serve as poignant reminders that behind every statistic, every tent, every cardboard sign, there is a human being deserving of dignity, compassion, and lives. Section 5. A roof, a right tackling the housing crisis. Addressing the multifaceted issue of homelessness requires a multi-pronged approach, one that tackles both the root causes and the immediate needs of those experiencing it. At the forefront of any solution must be the recognition that housing is a fundamental human right, not a privilege reserved for the fortunate few. Investing in affordable housing options, such as social housing, rent subsidies, and supportive housing for individuals with specific needs, is crucial. Expanding access to mental health services, addiction treatment programs, and job training initiatives can empower individuals to overcome barriers to self-sufficiency. Furthermore, addressing systemic inequalities related to race, gender, and socioeconomic status is paramount to creating a more just and equitable society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. It requires a shift in perspective from viewing homelessness as an individual failing to recognizing it as a societal failure. Only then can we begin to dismantle the structures that perpetuate poverty and create a world where everyone has a place to call home. Section 6. Seeds of Hope, Community Initiatives, Making a Difference. Amidst the challenges, there are glimmers of hope. Across the globe, communities are coming together to address homelessness with innovative and compassionate initiatives. From grassroots organizations providing meals and essential supplies to nonprofits offering job training and housing assistance, the collective effort of concerned citizens is making a tangible difference. Some initiatives focus on providing immediate relief, such as mobile showers and laundry services for those living on the streets. Others take a more long-term approach, offering micro-housing units or converting vacant buildings into affordable housing complexes. The Housing First model, which prioritizes providing permanent housing without preconditions, has gained traction in many cities, demonstrating promising results in reducing chronic homelessness. By empowering individuals with stable housing, the model allows them to address other challenges, such as mental health or addiction, in a more supportive and dignified environment. These initiatives, driven by compassion, innovation, and a deep-seated belief in the inherent worth of every individual, offer a beacon of hope in the fight against homelessness. Section 7. The Power of Perspective, Reframing Homelessness. Often, the most significant barriers to progress are not physical, but rather societal. The stigma associated with homelessness can be as damaging as the lack of a physical address. It creates a wall of separation, fostering prejudice, and preventing those experiencing homelessness from accessing the support they need. Changing the narrative surrounding homelessness is crucial. We must move away from seeing individuals as problems to be solved, and instead view them as people with potential waiting to be unlocked. Everyone has a story, a unique set of circumstances that led them to their current situation. By listening to these stories with open hearts and minds, we can begin to dismantle the stereotypes that perpetuate indifference and discrimination. Instead of judging, let's seek to understand. Instead of turning away, let's reach out a helping hand. By shifting our perspective from one of judgment to one of empathy, we can create a more compassionate and inclusive society that values the dignity of every individual, regardless of their housing status. Section 8. A Call to Action, Every Voice, Every Hand. The fight against homelessness is not a spectator sport. It demands the active participation of each and every one of us. Whether you're a policymaker, a community organizer, or simply a concerned citizen, there are countless ways to contribute to the solution. Volunteer your time at a local shelter, donate essential items like warm clothing and hygiene products, or use your voice to advocate for policies that address the root causes of homelessness. Support organizations working on the front lines, both financially and through spreading awareness about their efforts. Educate yourself and others about the complexities of homelessness, challenging stereotypes and promoting empathy within your own circles. Remember, even small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect. A warm meal, a listening ear, a word of encouragement, these seemingly insignificant gestures can make a world of difference in the life of someone experiencing homelessness. Section 9. Towards a Brighter Dawn. Building a Future Without Ghosts. The journey towards ending homelessness may be long and arduous, but it is a journey worth taking. It is a journey fueled by hope, driven by compassion, and guided by the unwavering belief that everyone deserves a safe and stable place to call home. Imagine a world where every person has a roof over their head, a place where they feel safe, secure, and valued. Imagine a world where no one has to sleep on the streets, where every child has a warm bed to sleep in, and where the fear of homelessness is replaced by the promise of opportunity. This is the future we must strive to create. It is a future where our cities, towns, and villages are no longer haunted by the ghosts of abandoned dreams, but are instead filled with the vibrant tapestry of human connection, compassion, and shared prosperity. Let us work together to build this future brick by brick, heart by heart, until the day when homelessness is nothing more than a distant memory.